So let's take a brief analysis of the imagery within Sonnet 18. Quickly, let me just go ahead and read it again. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. What I just read were the first four lines, what's called the quatrain, and it sets up the central idea of the whole sonnet. It is an extended metaphor. The question is, should I compare you to a summer's day in my poetry? No. And then the speaker goes on to list all the ways in which his beloved is better than a summer's day, which is continued in quatrain 2. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. So, while a summer day can get too hot, it gets cloudy too quickly, it declines, it turns to winter. The beloved never gets too hot. Presumably, this person is a what we would call chill, uh, even-tempered, friendly, and never angry. Doesn't get cloudy, perhaps never gets depressed. However, they do decline. Shakespeare starts comparing a person's life to the seasons. Our summer being the time when we're young and handsome or pretty, and of course the autumn being our middle age years, and the winter being the um, age. Usually, when Shakespeare writes a sonnet, in quatrain 3, there's a change. It's called the turn, and it's often marked with a preposition like and, but, or. Quatrain 3 starts with a but. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. Somehow he's discovered the secrets to make his beloved eternally young and either beautiful or handsome. We're not quite sure which. Um, Not only that, but death will not be able to claim them. They will be immortal. The clue is in eternal lines, lines of poetry. Shakespeare is bragging that as long as this poem exists, a part of the beloved will survive for eternity. You'll notice that I have a picture here of our image of the Grim Reaper. Shakespeare uses a different kind of imagery called personification, where he gives death human qualities. In this case, death is represented in human terms, bragging at the number of souls that he can take. The last two lines are what we call a rhyming couplet, where Shakespeare sums up the ideas of the poem. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. You'll notice that it is like the rest of the poem, it's written in blank verse, but the rhyme scheme is different. In the rest of the poem, the alternate lines rhyme. Uh, one rhymes with three, two rhymes with four, and so on. The way you know that it's over, that the sonnet is over, first of all sonnets end on the 3rd and 14th lines, but also the rhyme scheme changes where both lines rhyme. Shakespeare uses rhyming couplets to end every sonnet, every scene in one of his plays, every act in one of his plays, and he always uses it to end every play. It's a way of finality, a conclusion. In this case, the conclusion, again, is that as long as men can breathe, as long as there are human beings on earth to speak this poem, or people who are able to read it, his beloved will live immortally.